If you thought being scared would help you fall asleep, then you're absolutely right. That is exactly what this series is for. The first story tonight comes from Iceland. It's about a creature called a draugr. Now, the Icelandic word draugr actually means several things. It can mean a friend or companion, but it also has a darker meaning, which is an evil spirit that lives in a corpse. When a person dies, their body is taken by the draugr and used as its own. And if it's a wicked soul that has died, then it uses its new vessel to wreak havoc on the land of the living. They say that these vessels are incredibly strong, and they walk the earth seeking vengeance on anyone who ever wronged them when they were alive. The truly unfortunate souls who find themselves having to face off against one of these draugr usually have no chance of survival. These creatures are said to be over 8 feet tall, with long, dirty hair and nails and eyes that glow red in the dark. If that wasn't enough to scare you, some draugr can even bring other dead bodies back to life so they can do their bidding. The worst part about all of this is that they don't just attack people randomly. Draugr are known to target the family members of those who wronged them in life, often bringing entire bloodlines to their doom. So if you have any family history in Iceland, you may want to watch your back, just in case. Our next terrifying tale takes us to Scotland, where we will meet the Nuckalvi. This beast is not only hideous to look at, but it's also incredibly dangerous. The legend goes that the Nuckalvi is a demon from hell that can take the form of a horse. But unlike normal horses, this one has no front legs and is covered in sores. These sores ooze a nasty green liquid and are home to maggots that squirm around in them. On top of all that, the Nuckalvi has a single eye in the middle of its head, and when it breathes, it lets out a putrid stench that smells like rotten eggs and decaying flesh. This beast is said to have supernatural strength and stamina, and it runs around the Scottish island of North Rona, causing all kinds of chaos wherever it goes. It'll go after livestock and eat them, but it won't stop there. If it's feeling particularly hungry, it will go after humans too. In order to defend themselves against the Nuckalvi, some people turn to prayer. It is said that the creature hates the sound of church bells and will flee if it hears them ringing. It is also repelled by the smell of rowan tree, so hanging rowan berries around your house should keep it away. But even though this creature sounds absolutely horrible, some believe that it was actually created because of human sin. It is said that the Nuckalvi was the punishment god sent to the island when the people became too sinful. So if you want to avoid this creature, make sure you stay on the straight and narrow. Now let's move on to England, where we will meet the scary Black Annies. This beast is a type of werewolf, but instead of being able to shapeshift into a wolf, it turns into a humanoid creature with a taste for human flesh. Some say the creature looks like an old man, while others say it looks more like an emaciated woman. But no matter what it looks like, the Black Annies is a dangerous predator that stalks the night, looking for someone to devour. There are many stories about this creature, but one of the most popular ones goes like this. One night, the Black Annies broke into a house and killed a young girl. Then it took her body outside and threw it into a nearby river. The next morning, the townspeople found the body and hung the Black Annies for its crime. But here's the thing, the creature didn't die. Instead, it just floated away down the river. Eventually, it made its way to the sea and swam out to an island where it lived out the rest of its days. And if you think that this creature is nothing but a myth, then think again. There are people who claim to have seen the Black Annies with their own eyes. And there are even people who claim to have fought against it. One man named John Hustis said that he saw the creature in the forest and shot at it 6 times before it finally ran away. But even though the Black Annies is a scary creature, some people say it's actually a protector of the innocent. They say that it only attacks people who deserve it, and that it will never harm a child. So if you've been good in life, then you have nothing to worry about. Now let's travel to Indonesia, where we will meet the Pontianak. This creature is also known as the vampire flower, and it's said to be the child of a human woman and a malevolent spirit. Pontianak are typically depicted as beautiful women with long flowing hair and pale white skin. But don't let their good looks fool you. Pontianak are evil creatures who lure unsuspecting men into the forest and feast on their flesh. They say that the Pontianak's favorite food is the heart of a virgin, and they will stop at nothing to get their hands on one. If you want to avoid becoming the prey of a Pontianak, then you need to be careful if you ever hear a woman crying in the forest. No matter how much you want to help her, it's best to stay away. If you do, she will lead you deep into the jungle and then pounce. And if you think that's bad enough, the Pontianak can also possess animals, especially birds. They will use these animals as a way to spy on their prey, and when they find someone who looks promising, they will lead the Pontianak right to him. So if you're ever in Indonesia and you hear a woman crying in the forest, then run away fast. You don't want to end up as the main course for dinner. Moving on, let's fly over to North America, where we will meet the Wendigos. This creature is a type of cannibalistic spirit that is said to possess people and drive them to madness. When a person is possessed by a Wendigo, they become obsessed with eating human flesh and will stop at nothing to get their hands on it. These creatures are often depicted as emaciated monsters with sharp claws and teeth and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. And if you think that this creature is nothing but a myth, then think again. There are people who claim to have seen the Wendigo with their own eyes, and there are even people who claim to have been possessed by it. One man named John Rollin transferred the spirit of a Wendigo into himself after killing his wife and children. He then went on a rampage and ate the bodies of dozens of people before finally being stopped by the police. So if you ever see a creature that looks like this, then run away fast. You don't want to become its next meal. And finally, let's stay in North America and meet the skinwalker. This creature is one of the most feared and misunderstood creatures in Native American folklore. Skinwalkers are said to be witches who have the ability to shapeshift into animals such as coyotes, wolves, foxes, and bears. They are often depicted as evil creatures who use their powers to harm or even kill those who cross them. And if you think that's bad enough, skinwalkers are also known for their ability to cast spells and curses that can bring bad luck or even death to their victims. What makes skinwalkers so scary is that they are said to be real. Many Native American tribes believe that skinwalkers do exist and that they are extremely dangerous. There are even people who claim to have seen skinwalkers with their own eyes. One man named George Washington said that he saw a skinwalker while he was hiking in the forest. He described it as a tall, skinny creature with glowing red eyes that vanished into thin air. So if you ever hear of someone who claims to be a skinwalker, then stay far away from them. If you want to support the channel, just like and subscribe